got Jonathan Cornell here. Jonathan, I can't tell you, first of all, how proud I am of what you did down there at the Diamond last week in beating those national guys. Man, you just got to be extremely proud of that deal.
I tell you what, I mean, that's definitely what every team wants, is a win like that. And we've had a lot of momentum this year just from some past races, you know, and just good runs and things like that too. But man, I tell you what, just that being close to home, family being down there, a lot of sponsors too, and from where we started 18th and won the race. So we put on a heck of a show, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. Haven't seen you race for what seems like 3 or 4 years. I'm not sure how long, but from a young man into a man, and then to go, you know, pull a deal off like that, you got to be really proud. I mean, your name's in the record book. What was it? 177th ASCS driver to win a national event. I mean, man, you're there.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. You know, and you go through the look at that list of people that have won those races, and you know, some of those guys are in NASCAR now. Some of those guys are, you know, World of Outlaws champions, stuff like that. So to be, you know, have my name in the record books with some of those guys is just a really warm feeling.
Yeah. And also to continue on with this winning thing you got going this year, you're also leading the points so far here for the ASCS Warrior Division. There again, you got to be pretty proud of that. Of course, to me, that just shows consistency so far for the year, and that's usually what this team is about. Because, man, you've been at the top here or right at it for, like I say, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and you know, we won the points last year at the ASCS Warrior Division, and we're hoping to kind of do the same thing this year too. And like you said, consistency, that's what it takes. I mean, there's only one race this year that we finished outside the top 4, so, and we had a DNF also, but other than that, we've been up top, and the last 3 of our 4 races we won, and we ran 3rd last time we were here and had a shot at taking the win there. So we like this place. I mean, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. We've had some good luck and have some bad luck and some other drama too, but you know, I think the track's gonna be pretty good. There's not a whole lot of cars tonight, which is, you know, it's kind of a bummer, but I think it's gonna be hard. I think it's gonna be slick like it was last time, and you should see some good racing.
Supposed to cool down a little bit later on. Have they got enough moisture in it? Might be a little bit tacky, but I'm kind of like you. I think it's going to be dry. It's just going to be dry. A lot of wind today. Also, while we're on this subject of this winning, boy, Warrior Division not only took first, but you guys brought home first and second with Miranda Arnold also finishing up there. So, man, it's kind of a, I don't know, a bumper deal for Warrior for down there. But anyway, Jonathan, what do you think about tonight? I think we've kind of talked a little bit about the track. Just qualify good and get up front.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, we drew really well, and all year we've been pretty fortunate to have decent draws, and that always helps. I mean, that's half the battle right there. So, you know, as long as this car, I mean, it's been rolling really good for us right now, and everybody on board has been a huge part. Kiowa Line Builders, VKCC, Motorsports, Starline, Jaeger Cycle Cells, Ostrich Race Engines, and Terry Dukes and Chad Seibert. They've been on our crew this whole time and the last few years too. And unfortunately, Terry can't make it tonight. He's busy at home working, so it's just me and Chad. And we usually go pretty good together. We've always had some good finishes and a couple wins too. So nothing's really changed. We kind of do our normal program and just keep an eye on the track and stay out of trouble and try to go forward.
ASCS national winner, points leader for the Warrior Division. Man, I don't know what else I can throw in there. Just a nice guy. How about that? But watch for him up front tonight. Jonathan, let's have fun, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
The second place driver in the ASCS Warrior Division, Jay Russell. Jay, man, having a pretty good year, it looks like.
Yeah, pretty decent. We've been, our motor ain't been running quite up to par yet, so we did some more dynoing a couple weeks ago, and I think we got it figured out. We'll see tonight.
Yeah. You like running at 36? Have you had good results up here?
It's not my favorite track, but I seem to be getting better, so we'll see what happens tonight.
I was going to say you're going to have to, because, man, it seems like you're running up here about once a month so far this summer, and I looked at the schedule today, and I think you've still got 2, maybe 3 more dates up here, so hopefully, you know, you figure something out.
Yeah, the car's been handling pretty good last time. A few times we've been here, but last time we was here, the motor wasn't running up to par, so we'll see what happens tonight. It's not bad. It's only a half hour from my house, so that's pretty nice.
You break something while you run home and get it, I guess, if it goes something like that. Hopefully not that way. But if you could pick a way they could work this track tonight, what might be beneficial for you to, you know, do good, how would you like for the track to be prepared?
The last time we was here, it was real nice. Had a bottom, and it was slick right through the middle, and had a nice top. And I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. He's been getting better over the years, and hopefully tonight it's the same way.
As I say, it seems like most of the time I've seen ASCS run here, it's been up around the top is where the winner's been. So I guess we could just call it a speed track, hammer down, and go for it.
Yeah, you definitely can't be afraid to go fast here.
All right, Jay, go out there and have some fun tonight, man, and maybe we'll see you later on the winter circuit.
Sounds
Miranda
good. Thank you.
Arnold, I think you got to have just a little bit more swagger in your step after last weekend, Miranda.
Yeah, you know, we actually had a good run out at Lucas Oil Speedway. We finished second with the national tour.
Man, I just over talking to Jonathan, and I can tell he's extremely proud of what he did down there, and I know you have to be too, because I mean, that's the best in the business at these 360s right now, and to go down there and to run with those guys, man, you just got to really be happy.
It was awesome to run with those guys. You know, you're only as good as your competition, and running with them, you know, it pushes you to do harder and run better, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also, I guess this might not be the proper term, but you're kind of the star of this team right now, because I think Sissy's getting an education and she's not been running, right?
Yep, she's actually going to college for engineering right now. She's going full time, and she's taking summer classes, so she's wanting to get her degree done.
Yeah. Well, we got to be proud of her for doing that. Been to 36, I think, once this year already. I know I missed one. I think one got rained out. Is this one of your favorite tracks? Do you like running here? Or I think you've had a couple spills here, haven't you?
I have. You know what? I like to race anywhere. Any racetrack you can race is somewhere to go racing and gives you experience.
Yeah. It all adds up. That seat time pays off after a while, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
What would you want for a track here? If you could say, hey, Mike, make a track like this, what would you want?
Anywhere you could run the top and the bottom and pull slide jobs the whole race.
I keep hearing that more and more often here lately about these slide jobs. It makes it exciting for the fans too, so let's hope that's kind of the way it goes. But if I remember right, 7th in the points for the Warrior division.
I would be lying if I told you. I haven't even looked.
I'm surprised how many drivers have no idea where they are on the points deal. Is it just one of those things that it just kind of takes some of the pressure off if you don't worry about that? Just, hey, show up and race, and whatever happens, that's what we got.
You know, this year we actually didn't plan on running points, so I haven't even checked any points at all. We were just going to kind of run what we want and go where we want and just kind of have our own little schedule.
Yeah. You know, I met a little gal here just the other day. Her name's Harley White. Have you heard of her? Runs down around the Oklahoma way. Went down and did the OCRS bunch down there at Monette. And standing here next to you, it kind of reminds me a little bit of that, because she's, about like that, about the same. But have you two had the chance to run against each other yet?
Yes, we have. Actually, she's a very cool girl. She's a lot like us, you know, and her family's awesome. She has a very inspirational story. She's a really cool girl.
Yeah. Okay, folks. Second place finisher at the last ASCS national event at the Diamond, Miranda Arnold. Miranda, go out there and get them tonight and show what these gals can do here in this Warrior division.
Thank you so much.
gentlemen, this is Slick Rick Staley. I am announcing here at the US 36 Raceway. I'm your regular track announcer here. I'm going to be calling the action for the ASCS 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Compliments of Chiefs Work Videos, best in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lineup for you here tonight. On the pole, car number 4, Jordan Boston, scheduled to go. Don't see him out there. Must have been a problem with that car. Moving up, the 22 AU of Chad Eli. Outside of him, car number 28, Jonathan Cornell out of Sedalia, Missouri. Second row inside, car number 48, winner 2 weeks ago, Jake Martin. This is 3 of 6 we've already had here at US 36 Raceway. We got 3 more to go this year. Like to welcome each and every one of you again. This is the High Banks US 36 Raceway. Outside of Martin's, car number 35, Trevor Grossenbacher out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Row number 4 inside, 92J out of St. Joe, Missouri, J.R. Topper. Outside of Topper, the 76 of Elwood, Kansas, Jay Russell. Row number 5 inside, car number 38, Cody Baker out of Lone Jack, Missouri. Outside row number 5, the 11W, Wyatt Burks out of Topeka, Kansas, as they are lining up 2 wide, ladies and gentlemen, going down the back straightaway. Row number 6, the Racing Lady out of Sedalia, Missouri, the 5M, Miranda Arnold. Outside of her, car number 14, that is Andrew Turley out of Sedalia, Missouri. Row number 7, car number 9M, 82 years young. Today, well, not today, but 82 years young out of El Dorado Springs, Missouri, Dale McCarthy. 82 years old. I just hope I'm still breathing as they're giving you the 3 and 4 wide salute, ladies and gentlemen, as they go down the back straightaway. ASCS 360 Sprint Cars, Warrior Region, right here, US 36 Raceway, as they are giving the 3 wide salute. All the fans will be giving them the wave this time by. Outside row number 7, car number 9 of Casey Baker out of Lone Jack, Missouri. And shotgun on the field, car number 77, Mitchell Moore out of Egerton, Kansas. As they're all standing up, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the stands, giving them a big wave and a send-off. This is your ASCS 360 Sprint Cars, US 36 Raceway, the good High Banks. No better than this, ladies and gentlemen, as you're going to hear them rev the engine, taking them double file now as we're getting ready to start. Always a great salute, ladies and gentlemen, as they throw these things through the turns. Wing Sprint Cars, nothing no better on the High Banks. Mike Franks prepared this track as good as it gets. Last time here, ladies and gentlemen, it was Martin's in the 48 car. He took the victory. Right behind him was Jack Dover, ladies and gentlemen. Dover not here with us tonight, so that's going to open the door. Can Martins pull off another victory, or will it be someone else in victory lane tonight? On the front row, you got that car number 22 of Chad Eli. He is hungry for a win. Best of the best right here, US 36.
Australia.
He is out of Australia. Wonder what time he had to leave to get here this morning. I bet he had to leave pretty early to drive all the way here. Or did he leave last night? Or did he leave tomorrow to get here today? I don't know. That's confusing me, him being from Australia. I do know this. He is one well of a driver, ladies and gentlemen. He is the best of the best right here racing with us out of Australia. The 22 of Chad Eli. Keep an eye on that car. He didn't come all the way from Australia to race last, ladies and gentlemen. He has got that car on the pole position. Let's see if he can make that pole position work for him and turn it into a victory here tonight at US 36 Raceway. Lee Spicer in the flag stand. He is one of the best of the best. He is Flag World of Outlaws events, ASCS events. A-Mod, Sport Mod, none better than Lee Spicer, the flagman. He has got that green flag rolled up. We see the yellow flag is out down there in turn number 1. That means that we will be going green flag racing next time by. And up front, ladies and gentlemen, car number 22, that is the Australian. Still ain't figured out when he left home to get here, but we are getting ready for green flag action as they're going into turn number 3. Where are they going to start at? Lee Spicer with that green flag in his hand as we're getting ready to go. Taking it high on the outside, car number 28 of Cornell's will go green flag racing down the front straightaway. Hard into turn number 1. Early lead to the 28 of Cornell out of Sedalia, but here comes the Aussie, car number 22 of Eli, as he runs in that second spot. 28-year leader, 22 of Chad Eli in that second spot, but here comes car number 23. Seth Bergman to the inside trying to take over that second spot. In that second spot to 23, he has cleared the Aussie 22 as he moves into the second spot. But here comes Eli back. Battle is for that second spot. Still heating up. Car number 23 of Bergman. He has that second spot now, this time by. Still up front, Cornell, and car number 28, your leader, this time by. 25 lap A feature, ladies and gentlemen, for these sprint cars, as they are going to be working to lap traffic here in nothing flat. Kiowa Lake Builders, the sponsor on the side of that car number 28 of Jonathan Cornell. Cornell working lap traffic already as he works to the inside. Through turn number 3, coming off the 4. Cornell still your leader. Car number 23, second spot. Seth Bergman in 23, gaining ground, closing in ever so slightly. Still running third spot. Chad Eli in that 22 car, but he has got company. Car number 48, feature win 2 weeks ago here at US 36, closing in on the back bumper as he laps the 82-year-old Dale McCarthy. 82-year-old Dale McCarthy goes a lap down as the fast cars are coming in a hurry. Still working lap traffic. Car number 28 is Jonathan Cornell is your leader. Car number 23 closing in. Seth Bergman into 23 working lap traffic to perfection as he goes through turn number 3. Down the front straightaway. Cornell still your leader, but here comes Bergman in that 23 car. Car number 22, the Aussie from Australia, Chad Eli, runs in that third spot, fourth spot, the 48 car. 48, Jake Martin, Fairview, Oklahoma's finest as he is closing in. Pretty much running single file now. You got the 28 out front of Cornell, second to the 23 car, Seth Bergman. Bergman doing everything he can. All he can do is see the 28 car Cornell get smaller and smaller. Sedalius Finest going to be coming up on a bunch of cars as he has to work lap traffic. Dozens of cars in front of him as he battles. Caught behind a slow car. Can't make it work. Here comes Bergman. Bergman takes over the lead as he goes through turn number 3 and 4. Lap traffic costs the car number 28 of Cornell, and Bergman takes over the lead. Car number 23 of Bergman now has to deal with that lap traffic first as he is your new leader. Car number 23 Bergman as he takes it through 3 and 4, works the low side of lap traffic as he comes down the front straightaway. Bergman in 23, your leader. Second to the 28 of Cornell. Cornell doing all he can, trying to get that spot back, can't make it work. Meanwhile, for third and fourth, the battle is heating up. Car number 22, Chad Eli, has that third spot, but here comes Martin. Jake Martin's out of Fairview, Oklahoma, takes over that third spot as they go down the back straightaway, moving the 22 car, Chad Eli, back to that fourth spot. Meanwhile, back up front, car number 23 working lap traffic, battling for all he's worth. That opens the door back up for Cornell. Cornell works as hard as he can, trying to gain ground, can't make it work. One of them working high, one of them working low. Bergman working that high side to perfection as he goes through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, passing cars on the high side, working in and out of traffic. Lap traffic coming into play, works it to perfection, does Bergman as he comes down the front straightaway. Opens up a gap between himself and the second place Cornell. Cornell better not look back because he's got company coming. A 48 of Jake Matthews coming in a hurry as he runs in that third spot. Back to fourth spot, the 22 car of Chad Eli. Lap traffic always comes into play on a 3/8 mile track, especially when you got as fast a cars as we got running up front. That 23 car, Seth Bergman, out front. Here comes car number 28. Jonathan Cornell battling for all he's worth, cannot gain any ground as Bergman has set out an 8-10 car length lead as he goes off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Bergman still your leader, but here comes Cornell. Bergman working lap traffic as he works the 76 car Klein Motors J. Russell as he goes down the back straightaway. Bergman working that high side through lap traffic, making it work as Russell holds his line, clearing the 76 car. Russell's keeping that lead out front. Cornell into that second spot, car number 28. Down the back straightaway, staying pretty much as we were. Still Martin's in that third spot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back up front, still working lap traffic, car number 23. Yellow, caution on the speedway, ladies and gentlemen, caution on the speedway. You see him back there in front of the Rob Cycle sign. Rob Cycle out of Pattonsburg, Missouri, one of our fine sponsors. As you see that car coming to a stop back here on the back straightaway, evidently something amiss on that car. I did not see any contact with any other cars or anything, so it looks like just mechanical problems have plagued that car here tonight. We'll get a push truck out on it, see if he can go. If he is a go, ladies and gentlemen, he will tag that car back to the rear of the field. If he cannot get it going, you will see him push behind the wall. Not the way he wanted his night to end. Meanwhile,
Rick, it looks like lap traffic has really played a major factor in this. The pass there with the number 23, man, that was kind of different. Looked like Jonathan Cornell was on the infield there for a while.
Yeah, Cornell looked like he was the car to beat, and all of a sudden when he dives it into turn number 1, he tries to go to the low side. Lap cars there. You knew he was coming up on a bunch of lap cars, just chose the wrong line, and that opened that up for Seth Bergman to make that move and take over the lead, and he has not looked back since.
And Bergman has been in particular, I think, very aggressive in the traffic. It's almost like Cornell, I wouldn't say he's laying back, but boy, Bergman, they're on lap 17, I noticed, going through 3 and 4. Split 2 cars.
Yeah, he went all the way from the high side down to the low side, back to the high side, back to the low side, just like he was playing checkers almost to get by those cars as he went through turn 3 and 4. Made it work. The lap cars did give him room, and is holding on to a pretty solid 6 to 8 car length lead over the 28 car of Jonathan Cornell.
It's going to be interesting to see now when we restart, because it is going to be an open track. There's not going to be, too many lap cars in the way, and we'll have to see whether Cornell can find a little faster line, because Bergman has been the fastest car on the track, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Because this caution, honestly, for all the guys chasing down the 23 of Bergman, this is a blessing for them, because they get to line back up, get to catch back up with him. Now, I think we could leave the lap cars where they were running, actually, because I see the 76 of Jay Russell up there in that second spot. If he does, then that means that Cornell is going to have to actually work a little bit of lap traffic before he can get to the 23 of Seth Bergman.
You don't think those guys kind of have an agreement?
I would say there's a little bit of a gentleman's agreement here. If not, they may be introduced to that iron horn on the front of those cars.
Without a doubt, but like I say, man, this last 7 laps, I think we've got 23 down, 7 to go. Is it 30 laps or 25? I don't know.
It is a 25-lap feature. 25 laps are what they're running here on the high banks tonight, but what a show they're putting on so far.
Well, then it's going to be green, white, checkered when they start up, and that's going to put Cornell probably in a little bit of a hole then.
Yeah, but if he has to maneuver that lap car at Klein Motors or an RV car 76 of Jay Russell's, if he has to maneuver that car, I guarantee you that 23 car Seth Bergman is going to jump as hard as he can jump on this start to clear him and get as much of an advantage as he can get early.
Cornell, of course, the point leader for the series. Russell, who has actually a lap car, is second in the points, but a lap down. So this probably won't change any of the points setup. I'm not absolutely sure, but I believe Bergman is a feature winner this year with ASCS Warrior. So evidently he's got some speed and know-how too. And of course Cornell has been one of the top runners, points champion from last year for ASCS. So
and then right there in third spot, you caught car number 48 of Jake Martins. He was a feature winner here 2 weeks ago. And you got a bunch of fast cars up front. You want a green, white, checkered. Hopefully lap traffic will not come into play, but if they start those lap cars where they were when the caution come out, which is the way that the ASCS Warrior region does, then it is going to put just a little bit of a hole. But I guarantee you the gentleman Jay Russell is with the green, white, checkered, he will probably give plenty of room to the 28 car Jonathan Cornell.
From second on back, it hasn't been too much racing going on back there. It's all been up front and what we've seen up there, but who knows? You know how the sprint car racing is, man.
That's why they don't give out the trophy before they drop the green flag, because you never know what can happen on a 3/8 mile track. And we definitely saw here on the high bank, some of them really hit the setup, others of them do not hit the setup, and it looks like there's something actually amiss with the race cars. It looks so different with the speed levels here, but all it is the setup. It's actually they missed the setup.
It is probably in racing the biggest guessing game there is when it comes to car setup. I don't know what all figures into that, but boy, it's definitely a guessing game, and these guys, I think they have the toughest time at it. I don't know whether it's so much horsepower, so much stagger, what it has to do with the cars, But
I'd say it's a combination of all three. A whole lot of horsepower, the stagger of the cars, and also lightweight. Because these cars are very, very light. They're like 11 to 1,200 pounds is all they weigh, and that's just about 30 pounds lighter than my mother-in-law. You know, so yeah, they are very light race cars, a whole lot of horsepower, great drivers behind the wheel. As you see the light go out down there in turn number 1 as we're getting ready for green flag action. 25 laps to go, 23 in the book, so it will be a green-white checkered finish. Up front, ladies and gentlemen, 23 of Seth Bergman worked that traffic to perfection. Behind him, you see the 76 car of Jay Russell. That is a lap car, but that was the position he was running when the caution come out. Second place on the racetrack is the 28 of Jonathan Cornell. Where is 23 of Bergman going to start it as we go into turn number 3, coming off of 4. Green is go. We are green flag racing. He takes you from top to bottom, coming down the front straightaway. Everyone clears the cone on the front straightaway. High and hard, that's your second place car. Cornell slip, bounces around. That hand, second place over to the 48 cars. The white flag comes out. White on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. One more time around for the 23. Here comes the 28 back into that second spot. Slips up. Here comes side by side for second. It's 23 of Bergman picks up the win. Second place to the 28 of Jonathan Cornell. Third place to the 48, Jake Martins. Car number 5, Miranda Arnold, bringing that car home in 4th place. And 5th to the 92 of J.R. Topper with an impressive run for him. Great racing here at US 36 Raceway. This is Rick Staley again, proud to be bringing you the action. ASCS 360 Warrior style here on the high banks.
we got the winner here tonight of the ASCS Warrior Division here at US 36, Seth Bergman. Seth, having a good year. It sounds like 5 wins, 1 on the national tour, and then you pick one up here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a good year. If you look at the wins, if you just look at the wins, it's been a good year. We've kind of been really inconsistent lately, and it's been a roller coaster up and down, and lately we've been really down. So to get the win here tonight kind of feels like we're back on the upward scale of that roller coaster. So yeah, but nonetheless, tonight was awesome. It was good racing. Jonathan was really fast, had to work to get around him, and figure some things out with our hot rod here. So we're all smiles over here.
And you're going back home, from what I hear, going back up to the Northwest and going to run that bunch up there. So, man, probably going to be nice going home with 5 wins.
It is. Carrying 5 wins back to the Northwest where we're from. We're really familiar with those tracks out there. And just like I said, been down a little bit lately. And to get this win, starting to head that way with a little bit of momentum, we're excited. I haven't been home since the middle of February. So just be nice to get home and spend a little bit of time out there and race some tracks we're familiar with and spend some time with some people we like, and really looking forward to just getting out there.
Always ask a winner, what chassis is it and who's making the hot rod motor?
Eagle Chassis and Westmore Racing Engines. Been a long-time supporter of both, and thing was good tonight. The Eagle Chassis, Westmore Racing Engines, couldn't ask for a better combo there in the feature. The chassis was working great, and I didn't feel like we were getting outmotored by anybody out there, so my hat's off to Dan and Mike Long over there at Eagle for giving me this piece here capable of winning.
Once again, the winner here for the I'll start over for the ASCS Warrior Division, Seth Bergman. Way to go, Seth.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Second place finisher tonight, Jonathan Cornell. Jonathan, what in the world did you hit up there, man, in 1 and 2 when you were late in the race there passing a lap car?
Well, I mean, that would really – there was just a big hole. It's kind of been there all night, and that's pretty typical for Cameron in 1 and 2. We kind of know it's there. You just don't know how brutal it's going to be until you hit it, so you have to take your chances. But that wasn't really what cost us the race. I think it was earlier in there. We had a pretty comfortable lead, and we were rolling really good, and then just got into some lap traffic, and for some reason I just, you try to choose the right lines, and you think you're choosing the right line, and they decide to change the line on you, and they park it in front of you, and We tried going underneath him, and then Bergman got around us on the outside, and he was really fast. We were pretty close to being about the same speed. I think we had a pretty good car that was obviously capable of winning. But lap traffic held us up. He got around us, and then you just kind of had to hang on and try to make your marks after that. And there just wasn't enough time left for us.
You probably got to see a lot of extra scenery here at 36 tonight, because you were cutting through the grass, if I remember right, down there on the infield, and then almost went over the berm at the top. But hey, it's kind of a racing deal. You got to live with it. You got to go with it. You can't change it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I tell you what, you just have to go where everybody else is, and you know, I mean, when there's 3 cars in front of you, you have to take the infield sometimes, I guess. But I just I didn't want to get hung up behind them, and unfortunately we did. And you know, I'm happy with second, but I'm just dissatisfied just because I knew we've been real fast all year. I think that every place we've been to, we've had the car capable of winning, and just things are clicking right this year. Chad Seipert was, you know, behind the wrench tonight, and one of our other crew chief guys, Terry, he was working, and my dad came up to help us also. And I don't know, I was just really looking forward to this. Tom and Asta from VKCC were here, and I really wanted this win for them. And Kyle Line Builders back home, Starline, Jaeger Cycle Sales, Ostrich Race Engines, Peak Performance, all those guys. I mean, we couldn't be in this position without them, and they make it all happen. I just I'm happy with the podium finish, but not really happy with the outcome.
Yeah, I hear you. One more short question. I hate to prolong this anymore, but I asked you last year, hey, you got some new equipment, you're running some new stuff, and you said, well, no, we've kind of had this for a few years. Now, is that the same answer this year?
It's the exact same answer.
Oh,
Only thing new is the paint jobs.
Back in black.
I guess you know, we just have to deal with what we got. All the guys on our team, you know, we all have day jobs. We don't get to do this stuff for a living like the people we race against. So, you know, we struggle. We work our butts off during the week, and just to go have fun on the weekends, and we're pretty good at it. So.
All right. Second place finisher, Jonathan Cornell, same old equipment. Second place, but still got the points, I think, in the Warrior division, so not hurt too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I think we'll just move on to next week and hopefully get a win.
No less. Still a great run. Jake Martins. Jake, you got to be happy with your run here tonight.
Yeah, you know, 2 weeks ago we won the feature here against Jonathan and Jack Dover. And starting third with those guys around us, missed the setup a little bit, and still to run third to those 2 fast cars, we're going to take it.
Yeah, I was going to say, we get a little help there, too, with Jonathan. He caught a rut or a hole or something up there, and man almost bounced over the top of the track up there.
Yeah, he tried to go around the lap car. He followed the lap car for a lap on the bottom and then tried to go high, and bunny hopped it pretty bad. And so then the next lap I knew I couldn't follow the lap car, and I went in a little bit softer than he did, and he got me back. So had second there with 1 to go, but ended up third.
Yeah. Are you running mostly the Warrior, or are you running the Sooner?
We're actually running kind of an outlaw schedule. We've got 45 races on our schedule, anywhere from we'll be in Houston, Texas next weekend, going to Knoxville tomorrow. So we travel about 7 states and 45 shows this year.
Holy smokes, you're almost, I'm not quite that high, but we get around, that's all I can say. But what are your thoughts about 36? I'd like to say this is the second time you've been here then?
This year. You know, we'd been here about 2 or 3 times in the past, and every time we'd been here, it'd been so rough and heavy and tacky. And last year last week, 2 weeks ago, got a nice surprise. It slicked off, was kind of racy like tonight. We were able to win it. And then tonight it was still a good, slick, racy track that we're used to in Oklahoma and Kansas. We like to see tracks like this. We know what to do with them. So the last 2 times here, great track, racy, get up on lap traffic, high speed.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's pretty much what I think it's known for is, man, it's usually up around the top, hammer down. But fun place to come to.
Fun place. When we won it 2 weeks ago, photographer and writer Bob Mays talked to him the next day, and he said, "Oh yeah, US 36. That's a big boy track. That's an elbows up big boy track." So we were pretty happy to hear him give us that compliment.
Yeah, this was one of Hockett's hangouts, I guess we could call it, because boy, Jesse used to run around here really mean. But anyway, third place finisher, Jake Martins. Way to go, Jake.
Thank you, sir.